Total sync. Almost.
I was just trying to fuck you up. Oh my word. My first plug-in. Anyway, let's find out. What are we looking at today?
I don't know how to say this. It's the Klevgr Richter. Well, you try and pronounce that word. Klev.
Clever.
GR, that is, not ER.
No, all right, can't then.
It's not clever.
Anyway, is it?
It's not clever.
No, it's not clever. But is it?
Another Dave shouts his shit in the garden. Thank God we're in a soundproof cube.
Better than shoveling shit.
Yeah.
Marginally.
Just as weird.
Okay, so we're looking at the Klevgr.
The Klevgr Richter.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, this was another one from the comments. This is one we will live to regret.
Why, you know.
We have to do it.
Do we?
I think we do, because, you know, if someone keeps nagging you to review something and you don't review it, it's as if we don't care, Dan.
Anyway.
Moving
on.
That was your 45 chins face. Just as a warning, to not do that too often.
Yeah, right. More chins than the Chinese phone book. Can I say that?
You just did.
Just did, yes.
Yeah,
so
it's
there
fine.
we go.
It's all good. Right, don't know where to start now. Completely wrong footed.
Okay.
Let's get on to the Klevgr Richter.
Okay.
So, apparently this is a tectonic compressor. I think they mean it's going to be shaking the ground.
Yeah. That'll be the Richter bit.
So apparently this is designed to enable you to add really heavy compression without the artifacts normally associated with heavy compression.
Transparency, is that transparent?
Well,
is that more of a limiter thing?
On their website it says, you often get these zipper sounding sounds and all that. I sort of don't know what they mean. Maybe when they're developing heavy compression plugins, that's something they get. But, you know, the effect of heavy compression on audio is that it sounds heavily compressed. Just kills all the dynamics. So this is designed to not sound like it's heavily compressing, whilst it is heavily compressing. Which, do you remember PSP did the flare we looked at, which was designed for that? You don't remember it, sort of. That did a very good job in that you literally could compress the life out of something, but it still sounded like very natural. So maybe it's supposed to be doing that. Okay. Anyway, let's get into it.
Yep.
We can see in the top left there's a very small power on button, and there's a trim control for setting your input level. You then have the big blue control, which is your transients, whether you want more or less transients in the signal. You then have the amount of compression with the big green control. You then have a boost control. There's less, none, or more. You have a preset.
Say what you see.
Say what you see. I am. You have your preset in there. Makeup on the very small knob there. A wet dry control. And then you've got this graph thing, which is supposed to be showing you the amount of compression you're adding. I found it to be wildly off-putting. There's a very basic EQ, bass and treble, and an output control. I really did my best to get this to do some interesting stuff. I struggled like crazy. I don't know if it's because of the way that you control it is just so unfamiliar. In that normally when you turn compression up, you're used to what that does to the sound, but it didn't appear to be doing that. It appeared to be doing some quite weird stuff to the signal. I found I had to have the wet dry control to the point of being 80% dry, otherwise I was destroying whatever was going through it.
It's Klevgrand.
That's how they pronounce it.
Yeah, well, no, it's actually written Klevgrand.
Oh,
they just don't have. They've missed the "and" off the.
Well, that's not helping anyone.
No.
Yeah, I got to admit, I just struggled. I struggled to get it to do anything useful whatsoever. I don't like to have to say that because someone's obviously worked hard on it, but
It says
yeah,
it's the result of many years experimenting in the Klevgrand labs.
Really? Is that someone's bedroom?
Well, it doesn't say. The experiments led to a brand new approach, resulting in a compressor that empowers you to squeeze every bit of sonic perfection out of your tracks.
I believe that. It squeezed all the sonic perfection out of my tracks. That's exactly what it did.
Use it for meaty mixes, punchy drums, or smooth, transparent vocal tracks.
I literally had to use so little of it to not ruin things that it was like everything sounded better when I turned it off. You know when you're testing a plugin and you keep A-Bing, is it better, is it worse? It was always better without it.
Okay.
Which I don't have that often, and I don't like to have to say it. Maybe I just don't understand it, but I couldn't get it to do anything decent. Sorry.
Well, there we go. So, is it a demo? You just say it's got white noise demo now.
No, worse than that, it mutes quite regularly. So while you're trying to decide how you're going to destroy your audio next, it keeps muting on you. Yeah.
It makes it sound better briefly by muting it.
Yeah. And then they want to sell you this when you've demoed it for $69.99, which for a very simple compressor that I found almost unusable. No thanks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Well, I'm excited because we haven't had one for a while, have we?
We haven't had one for a while.
I'm going to level a guess.
Go on in.
Sean J. Vincent.
Yep.
Is the Klevgr Richter tectonic compressor shit?
Yeah, it's shit. I just can't get it to do anything good. And I work with this stuff all day, every day, and it's if it's that hard to get it to sound good, if every time I do anything with it, it sounds worse, I ain't using it.
Okay, there we go.
Sorry. I'm sure they make some other good stuff. Maybe we'll have a look at some of their other plugins and see if we get anywhere better. Yeah,
be interesting to see what people say in the comments, especially if people have suggested it. Maybe they knew it was shit and they didn't know what to say.
Yeah, maybe.
But it'd be interesting to know if anybody's actually using this and what for.
I'd love to know if anyone's using this and getting something decent out of it, yeah.
But before you do that, like the video.
Yeah, subscribe to the channel, maybe become a channel member. We also have Instagram, which is Studio Life 101.
Patreon, we've got links to courses. Sean does mixed swinging and mastering services. We've got a website and a top five. Yeah. Also, we were going to mention, weren't we?
Oh, yeah. Well, it's quite a big deal, this one. So we are starting a new channel. In fact, it may have already started. So, as regular viewers might remember, we used to talk a whole lot of bollocks before we got round to doing the plugin review. And some people really liked that, and some people really didn't. So we decided a little while ago, as you may have noticed, to stop talking quite so much bollocks when we're reviewing plugins. We just get on with it. However, we now have a whole channel where we just talk bollocks. It's not about audio. It's just a podcast where we talk.
It's not about bollocks either.
It's not about bollocks.
Yeah, in the physiological
it's just
sense.
Me and Dan talking about stuff, and it's not just all set in the studio. We get out and about a bit. So if you're at all interested in anything we've got to say, which I don't blame you if you're not, you can find us. It's called The Plan with Sean and Dan, and there will be a link to that channel down there. However, if you love the plugin stuff, we're going to keep doing that too. Don't worry. So stick with us on that one.
Okay. So, sayonara, suckers.
Adios.